Namaste and welcome everyone. Namaste. Welcome to another Guna methodology Facebook Live. It is a full moon tonight. Can you feel it? In Guna Yoga, we call this Chantel exploring the kleshas today, all 5 of them at once, and we'll talk about what the kleshas are in a moment. I'm just going to get hopefully the co-host, my beautiful friend Lisa, on here, and as a co-host. So Lisa, if you're there, feel free to comment. Yes, it will work out exactly how it's meant to work out. And we're going to be talking about attachments today. We're going to be talking about expectations today, and ego, and ignorance, and, oh boy, repulsion, all of the good stuff. Just leave it to Chantel to ruffle everyone's feathers. Yeah, and why I do this, why I talk a lot about the obstacles and suffering in life, is because we have this experience of life. We have these obstacles that show up. We either indulge in them, they become our identity, or we push them away and we ignore them and we put them in the little box inside, lock it up, and put it in the subconscious. And you let me know how that's working out for you. So what I'm here to help people with and to teach people, whether it's through a spiritual journey, working out with fitness, Guna Yoga School, energy massage, Reiki, tarot cards, nervous system decompression, whatever it is, whatever the genre is, it's all about dropping down into the center and growing that glow, so we create space between our spirit, the soul, our truth, whatever you want to call it, and life. Because our soul and spirit can get gobbled up in life, okay? And then we can lose ourselves. We can lose our truth in the expectations, ignorance, entitlements, ego, all of that. And I feel sometimes we avoid having the uncomfortable conversations. And those uncomfortable conversations can actually lead us into a higher consciousness, so we have room to separate life and life's experiences, the projection of others, the projection of ourselves, and our truth, which is our soul. And in Kundalini Yoga, we call this Satnam. Hello, Lisa. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing your space. Yeah, it's not coming up on how to get you as a co-host. It's not. I'm wondering. Ban from page. Do we want that? No. Hide comment, report, delete. Yeah, I don't even know how to do that. Sometimes it shows up for you to be a co-host. Hi, Candace, as well. Thank you, lovelies, for sharing. Okay, so we are going to, throughout this live, try and get Lisa on as a co-host, because that's part of her jam, and we'll just see how that goes. Okay, so comment anytime. We're just going to pull some tarot cards. This is, yes, I know, the universe is like, call in sacred space, Chantel, and yes, let's call in sacred space, okay? So let us rub your hands together. I've got some incense here and some sage. Maybe it's a great day to smudge whoops, smudge. Every day is a great day to smudge, I believe. So we're going to light this white buffalo sage right away because we need some good juju flowing through. And, I don't know. I don't know right now. I'm just going to light the sage. You can hang out or you can tap out, whatever you like. This replay, this Facebook Live will be available on replay. It's really interesting today showing up for Facebook Live. Usually I'm very in the moment, centered. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm feeling frickin' frustrated. I am noticing agitation. In Guna Yoga, we call this Rajas Guna. It is fire element. Ow, and I just burned my Oh, I just burned my finger on the incense. So I'm going to use me as an example because I'm not going to hide anything. You don't always have to show up perfectly how you imagined. That's just part of expectation. And we know that when reality doesn't meet expectations, there's conflict. And I'm going to tell you, the universe is going to call you out on that every time. So let's say you're feeling kind of like I'm feeling, excess fire, rajas, high energy, irritation. If you are not conscious of that and do something about it, not to get rid of it, but to at least be in relationship with it, right? It's one thing to feel excess air, fire, earth, which are the gunas, the three universal attributes of everything, including the states of mind. Um, if you're going along through your day and you're noticing you're irritated and you notice it, but you don't really do anything about it. You're not really conscious of it. Okay, it's like this subconscious thing, and you may find that you stub your toe. You may find that you burn your finger on the incense. And maybe you get a speeding ticket, maybe you burn the eggs, maybe you forget to lock the door, okay? And things just keep compiling because the universe mirrors back to you where you are. So if you go through your day and you are right, that energy is radiating out. Well, guess what? That's what you're going to attract. So I'm not surprised that I burned my finger and I still feel that while I'm talking about being excess rajasic. Okay? So there you go. Let's call in sacred space. I'm going to move here. Just lit my incense. Oh, thank you so much. You're so real, and that's why we love you. You know, it's so interesting because when I am not real with myself, when I go into this facade, yeah, things don't work out either. So, all right, there we go. We're gonna light. The incense is on. The candle is on. We're gonna double up on the sage here. I'm just gonna put it in the candle. And I'd love everyone to see the candle. Yeah, this is alive. There's no filter, man. There's no filter here, dude. Okay, where's the candle? Oh, there we go. I gotta maybe raise it up here. What do you think? Then you can't see my head. I love it. This is what you get. Real life. Real frickin' life. Let's try this. Oh no, I call this a Chantel shit show right now. I can't even get to calling it sacred space right now. Oh, you know what? That's all right. Hang on. We'll get there. There we go. Okay. How's that, everyone? Look good? There. Okay, perfect. Good enough. You got a little flame. We're going to add this incense up here so you can see the smoke. There you go. All right, let's do this. Let's rub our hands together. Bring the hands to the heart center and a well-deserved inhale through the navel, the heart, the third eye. Through the nose, connect, and open mouth, gentle sigh, breathe out. And we call upon sacred spirit of the south, the west, the north, the east, from Mother Earth to Father Skies, above, so below, in between, and all around. May all angels, guides, seers guide us in this journey. May our hearts be open and our visions be guided only in the highest soul, source, self, light, and love for all of us to receive exactly what we are in need of. Nothing more, nothing less. We acknowledge we are on Treaty 8 territories of the many First Nations, Métis, Cree, Dene, and Inuit, and may we all be held in the highest truth to find our way into the deepest reconciliation. One breath at a time, nothing more, nothing less. So be it, let it be so. Aho. Beautiful. And again, navel, heart, third eye. Breathe in through the nose. Open mouth, gentle sigh. Breathe out. And I see the the candle is becoming, the flame is becoming larger. So I take the holistic view of what is happening and what has happened in the past couple of weeks around Fort McMurray. And yes, my friends, we are definitely living in excess Rajas Guna. And Rajasic energy is excess fire. It can be, when in excess, running in place, getting absolutely nowhere fast, irritation, aggravation, heightened emotions. Physically, you may feel that you have heat. You get hot flash. Maybe the cheeks are red as well. Okay, so that is excess Rajas. What are we supposed to do with excess Rajas? Well, number one, are you willing to be conscious of it? Or are you just going to put it in the back seat and go on through your day? You get to choose, right? You get to step in or step out. I'm here not to convince you of anything. That's not my jam. I am here to teach you, and then you get to figure out what you want to do with it. Whether you want to step into it and expand that awareness, or step out of it and go the other way. Who wants to go the other way? Right? Who wants to go the other way? Anybody? I know I do. If I'm running in place and I keep spinning my wheels and turning that hamster wheel and not getting anywhere, you know, how can you find some ease, some equal energy in that spinning your wheels and not going anywhere very fast? Okay. Uh-oh. See? Oh my God. Okay, I've got a problem here with the candle. I'm gonna show you exactly what you do with excess Rajas with a candle that's leaking all over everything. You blow it out. And that's exactly what we did. So, when we are working with excess Rajas and fire energy, we invite the antidote of tamas guna, which is earth energy. Okay? Yes, I used air, sattva guna, to blow the candle out, but it came from my body. It was an intention. So we consider that tamas guna. So we need earth energy to balance out excess rajas. And this is really important because we can notice excess rajas on the physical body, on the emotional body, on the energy body, on the mental body, and the spiritual body. Okay? And when we notice excess rajas, however it shows up for you, we notice it and then we bring an antidote into it. And again, as mentioned, the antidote is tamas guna, earth energy. So, what does that mean? Well, we slow down. You slow down physically. You learn how to control your breath. You make the choice to become aware and do the work to slow down the breath, which means you may have to make a decision to stop running in place. You may have to make a decision to turn the phone off, to sit in the backyard by yourself, to have a day off, to slow down, however that shows up for you. And then when we slow down the body, we slow down the breath, guess what is going to follow? Like a little puppy, the mind. The mind is going to follow the breath. And when we talk about the nervous system in Tamasguna, the nervous system controls what we eat, no matter what diet or what trainer you're working with. The nervous system controls what you wear. The nervous system controls how you speak. Let's see, how fast you go through the day, how you slow down. So if the nervous system is in a state of excess rajas, excess fire or excess air, yeah, then it's up to you to recognize those symptoms, we'll call that, and then slow down. What do you have to do to slow down? Does that mean you don't talk to anyone? Does that mean you stop doom scrolling, I think someone called it, or just scrolling? Maybe you turn the hard rock. I mean, I love rock and roll, as like I love freaking rock and roll. I love rocking out. But sometimes if I'm already excess rajasic, excess air element and stressed out, maybe that high intensity music or high intensity workout is not really what I need to be able to calm down and come into this earth element. So maybe it's just going for a walk. Maybe it's just sitting. Maybe it's laying on the grass or laying in the hammock or in the swing and listening to some calm music. Okay, maybe some ballads or acoustic music or some certain frequencies. Okay. How's that landing for everyone? So true. That's why we need to be noticing what's happening in our bodies before acting with the emotion. Yeah, exactly, Lisa. That is like so true. Because think about it. Emotions are water element, okay? And I'm going to, yeah, the tarot card. We're going to do tarot cards here. Emotions are water element. They are meant to flow. So what happens is when we start to identify and attach ourselves to the emotion, then what can happen, because it's different for everyone, right? What can happen is we start to exactly identify ourselves with that emotion. My anxiety, my stress, and I go, whoa, 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 whoa. It's not your anxiety. It's not your stress. Because right away, as soon as you put that ownership on it, it can get stuck in you. And that's not who you are. That's what this whole thing is about, is separating ourselves, our truth, our soul, from the emotions and the experiences. They are only an essence. They're only an essence. Like, you know, when you put on perfume or spray or you have the oil, the soul is the actual liquid. The soul is the actual liquid of that oil or perfume. The aroma, the smell is the experiences in life. It is the emotions that we feel. It's not who you are. So all we want to do is create space. And how do we do that? Well, do you think going faster is going to do that? Is going faster, if you're running in place, going to create space? Probably not. It's just going to feed that agitation. Okay? So if you, let's say, if you don't want the wolf to come around, then stop feeding the wolf. Okay? But you can say that. I can say that to you. You can read it on all the umpteen Facebook groups that are out there, right? But how do you actually do it? That is what I want to help people with. You can read and read and read, but unless you're ready to embody it, unless you're ready to embody it and actually put action or non-action into it, it's gonna stay with you. Okay, so that's what embodiment is, and that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing, kids. Okay, makes so much sense. Yeah. Okay, so what happens? Okay, so where are we gonna go here? We're gonna go with tarot reading. It is a full moon today. Is it a flower moon? I don't know. I'm not there. I just know it's a full moon, and that means that there's a lot of energy to release. Okay, so what do you want to get rid of? Again, if you feel like you're running in place, if you feel like you've got these emotions that and experiences that are like little leeches on you, then how do you actually release them? Well, this might burst a few people's bubbles, okay? Um, we can do more than just breathe in the good and breathe out the bad or the negative. I personally, I teach the other way. So remember, with me, with She Achieves Studio, we go the other way. We do. We go the other way. And the other way is it's the energy that's inside of you and around you. So guess what? You breathe in good, you breathe out negative. That negative energy has got to go somewhere. Energy travels, energy attracts. So personally, I want to be more competent and not breathe out this negative energy that I feel inside of me right now, because I don't want it floating out there. I want to be conscious, learn how to alchemize or transform that energy. It's my due diligence, because it's the energy that's inside of me that I need to transform within me. And that is how we let go. By giving the experiences, the attachments, the trauma, the shame, the guilt, all the heavy stuff, we transform it inside of us and we give it a new meaning. But how can we do that if it's behind us? How do we do that if we push it away? In order to do something about something, we must be willing to be conscious and aware, and to also come from a childlike perspective, curiosity, to become the observer, to gather data. How can we gather data on something if we shove it down and push it away? Okay. Now, I'm not saying go open up this big box of everything you've experienced. Okay. That's not what I'm saying. I am saying is, are you willing to learn how to notice? That is the very first step. Because I'll tell you what, if you open up this big box and you dive in, are you going to know how to get out? And that's why when I work with people, whether groups online, businesses, or people in the studio, uh, we, we do more than just one session. Because when we open up something, and let's say the session is done and you're standing there and you're thinking, well, now what? Now what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do with this? I've got this open and I don't know how to manage it. So we are very respectful. We're very intelligent and we're very compassionate that what we're opening up comes in many colors, comes in many forms, comes in many shapes and sizes. And we have to take one strand at a time. So today, the strand, the very first strand after you're willing to be aware, is to notice. That's all I'm asking you to do is to notice. Notice if you are feeling excess fire inside of you. Do you have to do anything about it right away? Absolutely not. Maybe just noticing is all you have the capacity to do. And there is power in noticing. You know why? Because when we notice, when we observe, it brings us into the present moment. So why rush and try and fix 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 when you're just learning how to notice? Just learn how to notice. Okay? How does that sound? Yes? I'm just checking the comments. Beautiful. Thank you, Lisa. Embodiment doesn't mean that you won't ever run in place again. Absolutely not. It's a process and you choose to keep learning and growing. So remember, the universe doesn't give a flying raven, I'm going to say, doesn't give a flying raven how many times you get off course. Okay? It doesn't. What it does, wait a minute. Okay, I have to read Lisa's thing here. I know it's scattered because I'm scattered today, so take it or leave it. It's all good. Pushing it away or ignoring it sometimes makes it come back more forceful next time. Thank you, Lisa. I love you. Thank you, Lisa. That's exactly what I was going to say. The universe doesn't care how many times we get off track. It doesn't matter. It doesn't care how many times we feel stress. The universe, it doesn't care about that. Because stress, trauma, getting mad, getting angry, getting jealous, drooling, farting in your sleep, getting constipated, that's part of the whole life lesson. That's part of the whole gift of life. It's what we want is to be able to come back. That's what the universe cares about, to be able to come back. Okay? It's how many times you come back. And the more that you can let go of that expectation that you always have to be super happy, you always have to have everything perfect. As soon as you're able to let go of that expectation and just allow what comes in, but let it out. Be in relationship more quickly, more intelligently, more compassionately, so you can understand what's going on. That's how we let go. That's how we let the emotions go through. Not by resisting them, like Lisa said, right? It's like we talk about this all the time in Guna Yoga School. And Guna Yoga School is the international 200-hour yoga teacher training that I offer, and it's through Yoga Alliance, so it's now internationally accredited, which is really cool. We talk about always coming back, just always coming back to that point of observing, no matter how many times you fall off. So if we're trying to push a what do you call it, a beach ball under the water, right? Oh, I get tired. I get so tired, and you get frustrated, and the ball's not being pushed under the water because you're resisting something that naturally isn't supposed to happen that way. You're resisting the natural flow. Make sense? So what do? Well, you either let the air out of the ball, but what if you want to play with the ball? Then you learn intelligently and compassionately how to have that ball above the water so you're not constantly trying to push it down, because what we resist when we force, it's just going to grow. It's just going to grow. So trying to clear the mind, this is the point that I was getting at about when we meditate, it's about clearing the mind. I don't know how many times people over 30 years I've been doing this, okay? So 30 years, over 30 years. Okay, I'm 55 right now. I started this journey, I started this journey when I was like 11 and even younger, the spiritual journey, but I wasn't conscious at that time it was happening. But now I am. So, but teaching credible, licensed, registered, certified offerings, okay, all of that, it's been over 30 years. So, this is the other way as well, okay? Looking at clearing the mind in meditation, looking at it the other way, is that the mind is not so much meant to be clear. It's not meant to be emptied. An empty mind, well, to me that means if you have an empty mind, that means you're probably brain dead, right? Like for real, okay? So how about we invite all of the thoughts and emotions in, but learn how to see them as something separate than ourselves. That way, we're not holding on to them, we're not grasping them, or we're not trying to push them away. We just allow them in. But what we do is we funnel the mind, we focus the mind on the present moment, being observant in that moment, and focusing the mind on the breath in and out. So then those thoughts are there, but we're not like jumping into them. We're not attaching ourselves to them. We're just seeing them as something separate. And I'm going to tell you how I know this works, and then we'll pull a card. During the last evac, and the fire that happened around Fort McMurray last week, or the last couple of weeks, okay, when it was, I think, Wednesday, and it was like everything was very heightened. Everything was excess rajasic, excess sattva, excess air, and pretty much empty tamas. There wasn't a lot of grounding. The alarms went on, people were heightened, and there's a lot of chaos in a very short time. That is excess rajas and excess sattva. Okay, so I noticed for myself, starting to pack up stuff in case we had to be evacuated where we were. Um, I was like here, I was there, I was doing this, I was trying to feed the dog, packing Andrew's diabetic supplies, trying to go into the studio and figure out if I even had insurance or not, right? All of this stuff. So I was bouncing like a little rabbit all around, and I noticed it. I noticed it in my body. You know why? Because I couldn't feel my body. My body, I disassociated from my body. And this is a for real thing, okay? So, and I'm all about embodiment. I'm all about feeling everything in my body, right? Because then I can do something with it. I can have a relationship with my physical body. So I recognized I wasn't feeling anything. That's why I was bouncing all around. So I recognized it, noticed it. I stopped. I said, "Whoa, back up, Chantel. Take a minute." So I stopped and I sat down. And that gave me time and space to create space between my soul, the soul in me, and what was actually happening. Now, was it easy? No. Are you kidding me? No. But I was able to recognize it. And then I was able to recognize I was flighty, I was heightened, I was going all over the place, and I stopped, and then I made a list. And then guess what I did? I focused on the facts. I did not go on social media other than the RMWB. I stayed with the facts because I knew if I started to go, I would into that space of social media, I would get heightened and heightened and heightened. And then that would take me away from what I really needed to do in that moment, was to ground. Okay. Now, I'm not saying it's easy. Okay. I'm not saying it's simple, but I'm saying it is accessible. And that is why we do the work. That's why we practice yoga, breathing, breath work, whatever it is, on a regular basis, consistently, because consistency is going to give you results. Dropping in, dropping out, dropping in, dropping out isn't. But again, life has its way of saying, come over here, come off the path of that spiritual awareness. I'm going to throw you in something really heightened, and that's okay, because what matters is that we keep coming back. We keep coming back. We keep coming back. Make sense? How's that for everyone? Anyone want to comment? Um, Emotions just want to be acknowledged. Once they are, you can let go of the attachment. Yeah, you give the emotion a new meaning. We're supposed to feel emotions. And when you think about the chakra system, Svadhisthana, the sacral chakra, is the second chakra. So we try to go into this compassion and all of this in the heart chakra when we're jammed in the root, or we're not even grounded. We're stuck in emotions, and then ego comes in, and we're expecting everybody else to be doing this, and you should do this, and then we're judging people, and we're saying nasty things when we're all in this together. Okay? And how quickly we separate ourselves from that union. Everyone is having a collective experience in an individual manner. Okay? Feel everything, attached to nothing. Sat Nam. I love that mantra. Feel it all, but attached to nothing. Easier said than done, but learning to let go of the attachment is so empowering. It makes so much sense. Yes, it does. It totally does. Now, this might be, pretty heavy. It might be a lot if you're watching. And that's okay. Just notice it. Notice whatever shows up without having to jump on it. Okay? All right, but that takes restraint, which is Thomas Guna, which is earth element. So if you really want to know more about what I'm talking about, like, DM me. This is what I do, and I've helped a lot of people. If you want to check out the reviews on Facebook or Google, you go right ahead. I invite you to do that at any time. Okay, am I coming off a little aggressive? Yeah. Is that Rajas energy coming down into an equal state of motivation, of moving forward? No, it's not. I'm going to be honest. No, it's not. I still feel quite heightened. So we're going to go into the tarot cards, and I've got 3 or 4 decks here, and we're going to see what the universe has to help us with excess fire and excess air element. How we can tap into, for real, Tamas Guna, which is earth element, which is feeling it in the body, slowing down, taking your time, sitting and listening. Along with the full moon energy. Whoop, there goes the mic. There we go. Okay. So this is the Wild Unknown. Ooh, that's good. That's good juju. Wild Unknown Tarot. So together, breathe in, please, with me. Open mouth, gentle sigh. Awesome. Yeah, I love that that this is happening today, because it's real. I just think we gotta learn how to be a little bit more real. I don't know. Take off the filters, right? Take off the filters. All right. So, universe, as a helicopter flies by, universe, feeling into our bodies. Under the full moon, still surrounded by some heightened Rajasic energy. The Sattva energy is starting to calm. Beautiful. Oh, you want to see what just? Oh, you want to see what just popped up? How can we soothe the Rajas energy? Can I just put this on my forehead? Do I have tape here? I wonder if I have a headband. I would love to just have this there on my forehead. How's that? I don't think that's going to work. You see that? Beautiful. So this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 7. Beep, beep, beep. I'm going to say those are wands. 7 of wands. Okay. So wands. Wands are like the magic. Oh, the magical. I actually bought a wand. Do you want to see it? I wonder if I can get up without exposing my entire body. I'm wearing some cutoff shorts. The wand is back there. I'm not gonna go get it right now. But I have a little magic wand. Yeah, she's not ready to come out into the world yet. So the wands are magic. They are an extension. They are potent. They are potions. They can guide us. Okay. So 7 of wands. This is the flame is saying, yes, Chantel, I am hearing you and helping you guide people into a higher spiritual awareness so we can be in a more equal relationship with Rajas energy, fire energy, and excess air, turbulent emotions. Okay? Courage and inner strength. Go figure, right? Go figure. Beautiful. Okay, I'll read those comments in just a moment. So, fire element showed up. I hope everybody who has been watching, well, I know it's here. The energy is here. It's fire element, okay? Courage and inner strength. So, how to balance, how to bring down excess fire. A single wand stands up tall, ablaze with light. The others fall away in shadow. Such is the story of the 7 of Wands. You'll not find any strength or support from others, only yourself. It's time to be truly courageous and stand up for your beliefs. You may feel overwhelmed with caution and fear, but your internal fire will guide the way. Absolutely. Absolutely. How I teach yoga and an internationally recognized yoga school is different, is very, very different than a lot of the mainstream that's out there. Okay? Just because that is the essence and the truth inside of me. Authenticity. And I am okay if people go their other way. It's not up to me to push anything on anyone. I am going to teach you what I know and then let you do the work. You get to figure it out. But I will deliver the content compassionately, intelligently, honestly, and allow you to gather that data, and then you get to mold it to what you need in that moment. And yes, that takes courage. 7 of Wands. That takes courage and inner strength. Okay? Okay, so now the conversation goes to the universe. So how do we get there? Okay, and this is now the enchanted map. These are oracle cards, not tarot cards. So this is another deck. So the question is, how do we, yeah, great universe, exactly. I can say, be courageous and find that inner strength. But how do you do it? What if you don't know your inner strength? What if you have never felt strong on the inside? Like, how the hell are you supposed to figure that out, right? Well, this card is going to help us. It's one thing to say it, it's one thing to read it, but it's another thing to be in a physical relationship, okay, in it. And this is going to help us embody it. So belly breath in and out. How do we, okay, how can you teach us, universe? How can you teach us to embody inner strength and courage? Oh, not yet. Yeah, it takes time. Number one, it takes patience, the universe is saying. The card's not ready. Almost there. Yeah, it's like sometimes to feel comfortable, we got to feel uncomfortable. And getting through to the other side may be uncomfortable AF, but what's on the other side is amazing. The other side of fear, the other side of attachment. There you go. All right. Oh, wow. We have a reminder. The last time I did a card pull, that the universe hosted a card pull, storm fields. Look at that. So we have how to be in relationship with excess fire is and excess air is internal strength and courage to, and this is how we embody it, the storm fields. This was the same card that came up during the card pull while the excess rajas was burning around us. This too shall pass. So this is going to give us insight on how to bring it into the body, because right now we're all out there, we're starting to bring it in. So an uncomfortable chaos is surrounding you. Things that you've left unattended may be the cause of some conflict. So take care of your hee-haw. Take care of it when you're ready. And you know what? Even if you're not ready, we don't always have to be ready. That's why we find safe space. So if we're not ready and we feel uncomfortable, we can still stay embodied, still stay connected. Pent-up energy needs release. Just as a storm in nature must break, for these events to occur when the electricity between opposing forces stirs things up and creates temporary disorder. Absolutely. Not all storms are destructive. Not all storms are destructive. Rather, they serve nature by bringing rain to the ground, which we've experienced around Fort McMurray for the last, 7 days. A little bit of rain here and there. Rather, they serve nature by bringing rain to the ground and wind to the trees, enabling seeds to be widely distributed and continuous growth to be ensured. Just remember that whatever is being stirred up inside you or between you and another will benefit you later. The sun will shine, new growth will be observed. Don't be afraid to shake things up a little bit. So get moving, move your body. Some of that pent-up energy and angst needs to be released, okay? So we're going to ask the universe, because that was sort of, this is awesome, but I think we need a little bit more clarification on how do we embody it physically. And guess what? We're going to go to the wild unknown animal spirit. So the animals are going to tell us. Oh, thank goodness for the instincts of animals. Okay. How do we continue to gain inner strength, or even cultivate inner strength, courage, and how do we find that ease in the storm? What animal can help us guide the way? Ooh, I'm excited. Are you excited? Do you have any other comments? Makes so much sense. Where are we in the comments? I feel excess water, lots of emotion, suppressed trauma, feeling it all, addressing it, but not holding on to it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, oh, wait a minute. It keeps jumping. Okay. I'm going to wait. I'm going to read this and then we'll talk about the comments after that. Okay. The animal that's going to help guide us into embodiment. Beautiful. You ready? I'm telling you. Inner strength, courage to face the storm fields. The bee. The bee. So we can look at the bee. Earnest, hardworking, democratic. So when in balance, the bee is content, active, and vibrant, right? Vitality. When out of balance, overworked and annoyed, to bring into balance a mini vacation. Now, a mini vacation may not necessarily mean leaving where you are. It may be rearranging a space, maybe just sitting outside, maybe going for a walk, maybe going to a different part of where you live that you've never been before. Maybe a mini vacation is a mini retreat, right? I've offered 3-hour retreats, 5-hour retreats, and 12-hour retreats. So we stay in our area in Fort McMurray, and we just venture together, and it's like a retreat. You're exploring the same space with a different perception. So this is how we're going to embody the storm fields to be able to move through them with inner strength and courage. The bee personality is a delight to be around, especially when there's a team project on the horizon. Bees love to work steadily and thoughtfully until the final task is completed. They are sensitive creatures, aware of the many subtleties at once. Since they're artists at heart, they usually add creative details to the overall vision. So there's that sacral chakra again, being creative and how can I look at this situation in this storm, whatever it is, creatively? Focusing on the facts. Okay? For the most part, they have bustling, joyous personalities until they're too tired from all the work. Then they gripe and then they sting. So, this is all about being balanced. And we're not going to know how we're balanced or what balance means until we're able to separate ourselves from the experience, from the emotion, from the attachment, from the projection of others, of life onto us. So when we create space between truth, our soul, and the experience, whatever it is, we slow down, we can see the whole, we can gather our strength, inner strength and courage, and then go back into that and give it a new meaning. There you go. Beautiful. That is it, my friends. Let's look at some of the comments. Feel everything attached to nothing. And thank you. Steadily and thoughtfully. Balance. Our own power within and take control. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. That's a whole other topic, talking about the power within, because power over is limited and dangerous, and it can ignite just like the forest fire. And power within can hold you steady, can cultivate inner strength and courage, and is infinite. So basically, when you observe what power over is in your life, within yourself and around you, you can learn how to cultivate and transform that power over into power within. And that, my friends, truly isn't that what it's all about? Because it's your life. It's your rules. If you, what you feed will grow. If you don't want the wolf to come around, then stop feeding the wolf. Figure out how to do that. And if you don't know how to do that, I am here as your spiritual concierge, okay? I can help guide you. I will not do the work for you. I will not give you the answers. I won't. It's not up to me. But I'm here to deliver the content to bring you into a higher consciousness so you can have a greater whole within and around you so you can figure it out. I give you the tools. I teach you how to make your own tools so then you can use those tools physically, emotionally, energetically, mentally, and spiritually. So, from my truth to your truth, thank you everyone for watching. Share, like, comment, all you want. The replay will be available. I'm here to help support you. She Achieves Studio is trauma informed, is trauma sensitive, is a registered yoga school. I hold a licensed Thai yoga practitioner's certification as well. I work with all the spiritual energies. I am now compiling everything that I do into something called spiritual journeys, because we don't know what you are going to need until you get into that space of presence, of compassion. And in order to do that, we must learn how to feel safe in our bodies and in the space around. Because until then, things can get really jammed up. So if you're ready to feel safe within you and around you, even if you're not ready to feel safe in and around you, I'm here to hold space however you show up. One breath at a time, nothing more, nothing less. The work here is now done. The work here is now done. The work here is now done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Lisa and Candace, for commenting. I love it. Thank you so, so much. I love it. Candace mentioned also I want to do the training. Yes, balance. Lisa mentioned ego and attachment are two of the kleshas, which are the 5 obstacles of suffering, which we didn't really touch base on explaining that and unpacking that, but we will another time during the Guna Yoga teacher training. Thank you everyone for showing up. I value your comments. I value you, and we shall see each other again. There's one more Guna methodology introduction coming. I'm not really sure what date it is. Check it out on Facebook. And other than that, have a really great day. Peace out. Let all this settle. On that note, I am tapping out. Peace out. Sat Nam. Stay safe.